this is where the golden coin comes into effect. Didn't know about it, almost forgot about it, but they said hold on to it. I stuck it in my pocket and here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and put this coin in. We're gonna take a look at what's in here. Ah, this is mostly the antique section. Let's see here. 1907, Stoddard Dayton, runabout. Okay, so we are going really old to the beginning of automotive history. The birth of, I guess you could say, the entire industry is under this particular garage. 1926 Paris Aero Series 80. Now I have heard about these cars, but I've never actually seen one, which is just a real treat. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a kid in a candy store today. I can't even tell you guys how awesome it is to be here. You should come and check this out. Volo, Illinois. Seriously, check it out. Definitely worth the trek. Oh my goodness. 1934 Ford Deluxe. Look at that. I'm just gonna walk past these cars here. 1924 Ford Model A sedan. Look at that. Can we say grapes of wrath, anyone? All right. This car, right before the Depression, was a very popular model. And then when the Depression took place and it tanked, it just literally put a hold for a few years on the automotive market. Not a lot of people were buying, and everybody felt the heat, you know, because America was in a really bad predicament. Now, if you broke down on the road in the early 1920s or 1930s, how would you get home? I mean, it's not like we had USA Insurance or Geico or ADAC over there like they have in Germany. So you would have something along the lines of this. A retrofitted 1926, I think it's a Ford if I'm not mistaken, Ford Model TT Express. So check this out. Unbelievable. Look at that, it's all mechanical. They'd have to crank it up. Look at this, look at the chain coming out the back here. You hook it under the front end of your car. Look at that crank. Isn't that amazing? So your tow truck driver would come out, crank it up, do everything by hand. Now, boy, I'll tell you what, even with that crank, lifting a car, just cranking it along like that, you gotta have some muscle behind you. So, unbelievable. This place is just stunning. Everything from the birth of the automobile going into the 1950s. You got some, look at this, we got some Woodies right here. Look at that. And over here too, right into the 1940s and 1950s. Let's take a look at this one here. 1955 Mercury Monterey Woody Estate Wagon. Oh my goodness. Look at the detail. Look at the wood grain. You wouldn't think that wood would look good on a car, but it just does. And for whatever the reason, that was during that time frame, people wanted something different. They wanted something a little more custom, but also ultra like trendy and sexy and classy at the same time. And this was it. You had the Woodies. A lot of surfers really took to them, and they'd put their boards up on top and they'd head on down to the beach. Unbelievable. Pretty cool. Like I said, it just goes on and on. It's unbelievable. Stunning. Breathtaking. Okay, so we all know about freaking Mercedes. We all know about BMW. We all know about VW, all right? But back in the 1950s, all right? And during the 1930s and 40s, we had the World War, right? Check this out. After the World War, we didn't need a whole bunch of planes being made, all right? You ever heard of the Me-109, Messerschmitt 109? Fighter plane from the World War II time. Look at this. Messerschmitt came out with their own car. 1956 Messerschmitt KR200, 4-speed, a whopping 9 horsepower. 9 horsepower. Can you believe that? How long would it take you to get where you need to go in that, huh? But pretty nifty. Looks like the driver was in the front. And it's not even a steering wheel. It's kind of like an aircraft yoke turned upside down. Look at that. Really bare bones. Nice little convertible top here. Really nice. You had your side view marker mirrors there. Look at that. Pretty cool. All right, so here's a car I've never even heard of. A 1969 Valorex CV. Wow. This is from the Czech Republic. Says here, this three-wheeled car was built in Solness, Czechoslovakia from 1950 to 1971. Only 10 are known to exist in the USA. Wow. 16 horsepower. So this is definitely pre-muscle car era, that's for sure. We have some Mercedes-Benzes here. Got a 1958. Very, very nice. Have a 1968 250 SL. Have a 1965 Mercedes. That's the 230 SL. And then a little bit of America, baby. Look at that Corvette. 1954 Corvette. Oh, so nice. Want to touch it, but you can't. So, like I said before, all the cars here are for sale for the most part. They'll all be labeled, the ones that are and the ones that aren't. And as you can see here, a collector has picked one up. This is a 1930 Chrysler CJ Coupe. And they bought this one for, looks like around $22,000, which is pretty amazing because, like I said, I mean, if just to give you an idea, I'm going to crouch down here and check this out. Even the pinstriping on the paint has been done. It's all detailed very, very well and kept up and kept clean. So, all right. Well, that wraps it up here at the Volo Auto Museum. And I mean it, guys. I mean it. This really is wrapped up now for sure. Okay. I really appreciate you guys taking the time and taking a look at the cars here with me. If you're ever up here, it's above Chicago. It's in the northwest area, Volo, Illinois, VOLO. Come check it out. You'll be definitely glad you did. And if you are in the market for a car, this is the place to come. I mean, it really is. A lot of places you can go and you can buy cars and they're overpriced. Some are underpriced, but they're falling apart. This place really puts pride into their cars. They really do. So that being said, this is George from StreetCulture.US at the Volo Automotive Museum in Volo, Illinois. See you out on the road.